onto the other side. Now, on the other one I had one of these that I cut out of gold cardstock, and I used that across here, and I used it as a tuck spot. I don't want to do that here because I already have one over here and I don't want to repeat that. So I'm going to look for something else. I do have some nice little dies and things that I could use. Let me see. Okay, so that took a minute to decide what I was going to do. Now I came across this die. Quite delicate and quite, you know, lacy and pretty. So I'm going to see if I can use part of it as a tuck spot anyway. And I need to be able to do this in such a way that it won't get damaged with putting things in and out. Now I'm only going to be putting small little pieces in and out, but still, I kind of want to put it that way, but it's more, it looks better that way because it's curving up instead of down. I'm obviously not going to be keeping all this. I think I'll take this section out and just use this long piece here like that. Okay, well, let's cut that out and see anyway first. So I cut down along here. That, I don't like it like that. And I think these little bits would just get too caught. So I'm thinking I might put it in here like this. Now just out of curiosity, I want to see this bit. Okay, we'll make this work. That might actually work as well. Not that way because of this. And I suppose I could tidy that up, but this bit looks better this way. What to do? Of course I could cut a second one backwards, but then there, no, that's too big. What to do indeed. That looks quite pretty. That looks pretty good. And I think attach it there. That looks, to me, I think that's very pretty. Maybe bring it up a little bit. Just there. Okay, let's do it. I like it. This piece will get used somewhere else for something else, I'm sure, at some point. So we'll leave that aside. Okay, so I'm making a tuck spot out of this. So what I'm going to need to do is just the edges here and this line and maybe this for now, and we'll work on the other bit in a second. Let's go back there again just to double check what I'm at. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, it's looking good. Now, one other thing to put on before we check out those tuck spots to see if they do the job we want them to do. I want to put a little piece of trim just across here. Stand up. Stand up. Talking to my glue bottle. You know, as you do. So I'm going to be putting a little bit of trim across here, but I don't know if I have the piece that I want out. I may have to get the box out for it. Would that work? It's a little ruffle that I made. Yeah, it might work, but we'll look for the other one anyway. We'll see. Okay, so this is what all the fuss was about. Nothing, you know, doesn't seem like anything spectacular, but I wouldn't be satisfied if I had to put something else in there because I just wanted this and that was it. Artist prerogative. Okay. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So I actually ended up having to go and take more of it off of the piece of clothing. It was actually a skirt and there was quite a bit of this trim on it luckily because I did quite like it. It's useful as well. It's not just, I mean, it's not the most amazingly pretty thing. It is cute, but it works in some places where nothing else will work, you know. Such as here, in my mind anyway. Alright, so I only want a small piece. I'm just going to cut off that janky looking bit there. And yeah, I just want just that, that's all. Was that too much to ask for? No. There we go. For me, that just needed to be there. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody out there, but to me, that needed to be there. So, I'm not apologising for the fuss. La, 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 la. Ding. Yeah. Okay, now these bits should be dry enough that we can check and see if our little pieces will go in there. And oh my lord, but I have to go looking for those now as well. You guys are going to be so annoyed with me watching this video. I'm so sorry. But they're not far. I know they're not far. I know they're in my little buska with all my papers. Actually, there should be a pile of papers that I have aside for this journal. Oops, come back. This is the cover of the journal. I just have all the bits and pieces, well not all of them, but a lot of the bits and pieces in here that I'm going to be using in the journal itself. So they should be in here. That's one of them. So you're getting a sneak preview here of the kinds of things we're going to be using. So pretty. There's that one. And look, I already had that bingo card ready to go. Go figure, eh? That's two of them. There is one other little piece, but that's in the other box, which is here. And that shouldn't be too hard to find. These are just the leftover, any leftover printouts and bits of papers that I used, and you can use all of them. You know, little things like that. There's the other piece. See, I am kind of organised. Okay. So these are all the little pieces that are going to be going in here. There's one, two, there, and three. I'm not so jazzed about that. Put that in there like that, and that one in here. Nope. It's just all going to be in that top one, I guess, which I'm okay with. I might glue these down. Yep, gonna glue those down, and because if there's no need for them to be up, they're just going to get caught and broken and torn because they're quite delicate. So we shall put a little bits of glue on there. I need a tiny bit. Where's my wax paper? Just going to press those down. Again, being careful that the glue doesn't go through to the other side of the page, and glue it all together. So that's those. And these need inking. That needs punching as well. These are so small that I can't actually read them, but it says photography anyway. They're just little Tim Holtz pieces that I cut out of one of the paper pads. I was doing a steampunk journal last time, and I used a couple of them in that. That's that. Now I'm going to punch this before I ink it, because we want the inside of those little holes to get inked as well. Now, the smallest possible setting on this. Because it is only teeny tiny. These are one of the first pieces of ephemera I actually ever printed out. Way back when. But they're finally being used, so, you know, it's a good thing. Now I'm just going over the whole thing with this brushed corduroy, and I'm going to hit the edges with the vintage photo, because that was stark white, and stark white does not work for me. Well, if I'm doing a vintage journal, it certainly doesn't work for me. I really should get a glass or a cup or something to stand that glue bottle into so it doesn't keep falling over, but you know, I don't have nothing to complain about, would I? Okay, so just hitting the edges of this. Lovely. Now I have a piece of fibre here ready to go. Ready to go, don't have to go looking for it. It's just like, it's not quite an eyelash trim, but it's very silky, very smooth. It's a Berger de France yarn, and I have bits and pieces of that lying around the place, so they get used in here, and I think the colour works well with this doily, so just a little bit of that off. And it's very, very tactile, very tactile. It makes you want to just touch it. Oh, come on. Here we go. I just loop these around. I found that it just gives the best effect, to be honest. You don't have to worry about which way the knot is tied and which way these bits are going to be sticking out. Because I would worry about that, things like that. Yes, I would. Because that's just me. So there she is. I might cut another little bit off that. That's that, and this little guy, and this one. Okay, that is that page finished. Let's get our Put back out here. Put it back into its rightful place. Let's see how we're looking. See how the little dangles come out the edges there, aren't they cute? And this. Okay. So this is what we have so far. A little tucky tuck. Now we need something to go in here, don't we? And I have a sheet of paper here. I'm not sure if it was this one or the other one I wanted to use in here. One sec. Where is my other box of paper? Oh yeah, no. Here. I know I have two of those sheets and I just want to see which one I actually want to put in there. Yeah, that one's got ink across there, so I'll go with this one. And on the back of it I've done that smearing technique with the ink of gold again. It adds a little something, and it you know, the ink of gold doesn't go to waste. I like it. And it seems like it would be okay. I haven't actually tested it, but it does seem like it would be okay to write over. But even if it's not, you could just stick another piece of paper on the back of it. Now, when I fold papers like this, I ink the creases. Because an old piece of paper creased like that would stain. So all the creases get inked. Here's my pups looking to come in. I can wait now for a few seconds. I'm really done here, so. But I do apologise for the noise. Okay, so we have our creases done. There are little birdies, and that just tucks right in there. And voila. Really sweet, I really like that. And for this side, I have this card. It's kind of one of those Project Life type things, I think. It's just a pack of cards that I picked up. And some of them work, some of them don't. But they come in handy sometimes, you know. I'm just going to darken up the white, as usual. Dirty it up a small bit. This side doesn't really need. I'll just give it a little bit anyway. But okay, and for the edges, we go a little bit darker. Yeah. I'm going to lay it down and do the edges this way this time because I wanted to come in a little bit more because this was really new and stark white. And I'm not putting the sponge fully down. I'm using the edge of it and coming in from the edge, so I'm not getting any harsh marks on the inside. And I am going to just give it a quick hit just on the edges. I might actually have to go in with the walnut stain on this, although maybe not. That looks okay. So I'm going to hit the edges on this side. I don't want to muddy up the colours on this side too badly, but I will hit them a little bit. Just a little bit. It's quite a pretty picture, so. Now, on the other one I didn't do anything with this card, but I'm thinking I might put these quotes here. I'll have a look there now and we'll see. Have a look and see if we a short quote that we can put onto that. I know there is one very short one. I don't know if it's too kind of long that way, too tall and such. Something like that is a bit. No, I don't want that. Let us see. Long ones. Could also just put something like that on it. Doesn't really do it for me. Come here, little grody grouse. Aha, we have something here. This is a small one. I'm thinking if I tear that down another little bit, that might work. What do you guys reckon? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Normally when I'm cutting things down like this and I want to pour an edge, like I did it for these when I was taking them out of the full sheet, I will draw around them with water, with a water brush, and it just kind of separates when you pull them. It's very handy for getting a neat torn edge, if that makes sense. I'm sure you know what I mean. Okay. My pups are getting quite insistent out there, so I may have to leave off here. Let's see. They're quieting down there now again for a little bit, so I might get another minute or two out of it. Okay. Yeah, I like that. There, or there, or there, or there, or there, there. Doesn't hide anything there, really. I'm going to put it there. I think there. Okay. Inkety ink. Inking the edges not only makes it look old, but look old, or more authentically old, but it also kind of gives definition. So it's working on 2 levels, probably more, but you know. Okay. Just going to very simply glue this on. Oh, and the quote actually says, never told you that part, did I? The quote actually says, ask, believe, receive. And it's Rhonda Byrne from The Secret. Okay. So that tucks in there like that. So that's it for this segment. In the next segment we'll be working on this. Quite pretty. I'm looking forward to doing this one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video again. Again, any comments, any questions, or anything you want in more detail, just let me know in the comments below and we'll see what we can do. I hope you'll join me again for the next segment. And you know, maybe give some of this stuff a try for yourself. Who knows what might happen. Alright, bye guys. Talk to you next time. Bye.